Hey guys, this is Matt Wilson with Rayon Manufacturing, and today we're going to talk about the Nomad system. Now, we have done multiple videos on the different components of the Nomad, and you guys can go check those out on our YouTube channel. This is more of a how to put it together and fit it to your dog. So, we're going to start off pretty simply. You're able to get the Nomad in a couple different variations. You can get the Nomad in just the frame with either GT Cobra buckles or Metal Cobra buckles in small, medium, large. Comes in 4 colors: black, coyote, ranger, and wolf gray. And then you can kind of combine them with other different colors and other components, like the patrol cape, which is laser cut velcroed molly with mesh underneath. The Nomad Whoopee, which is our winter cape, and winter body. Our skid plate, which goes on underneath. It has ballistic fabric on the inside, Cordura on the outside, so it's almost stab proof, but stab resistant for dogs that are tracking, going through the woods or anything like that. We have the Nomad Swiss seat. And last but not least, we have some accessories that I'm going to show you can put on the Nomad. When you're first attaching the frame, you need to break it down into 3 parts. You have the body piece, you have your top of the frame, and you have your bottom of the frame taken off at the chest piece. So very simply, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your body and you're going to line it up with the Velcro and stick it on. You'll know that it's attached because when you lift, it's together. Once you do that, you're going to attach the chest piece. This is the only complicated part of the system. First thing you want to do is you want to pull it through, get it through the back side of the slider. You'll see that there's a middle piece, put it through the back side, and you want to pull this all the way to the front part of the chest. Then you can pull the other part through. You can adjust it where you want it. Then you're going to take the body and slide it back on to the frame, and you're going to repeat it on the other side. Now, the big thing that I want to make sure that you do is that you make sure that you put the nylon through the slider part of the chest piece. That is super important. You don't want it to be just hanging on just with the Velcro. The slider is actually what puts the tension, and it's very important that that is together. Once you have that, you're going to pull that back over. You're going to take now the side pieces and you're going to slide them in the slots that are already built into the harness. And very simply attach the buckles. And now your frame and body are complete. So the next body we're going to talk about is the winter body, or what we call the Whoopee. Same thing, you're going to detach and have 3 parts: the body, the lower part of the frame, and the upper part of the frame. The first thing you're going to do is grab the top part of the frame, and you're going to match up that loop Velcro with the hook Velcro on the body, like so. And so that is placed correctly. And then you're going to attach the chest piece. Just like with the patrol body, you're going to pull it through. This one's a little easier than the patrol body because there's not a lot of material with it. You're going to do both sides. Again, you want to make sure that you are sliding it through on the slider parts on each side so it's fully adjusted. You're going to slide it through on each side of the strap, like so, and then very easily attach the buckles. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So now you have the Whoopee attached to your Nomad frame. The next accessory that we're going to talk about is the Nomad skid plate, attaching it to the bottom of the Nomad. So if you look at the bottom of a Nomad, you're going to very simply keep the chest piece attached and detach these 4 buckles. If you look at the bottom of the skid plate, there's hook Velcro on the top and the bottom. The top hook Velcro lines up with the chest piece Velcro, and the bottom lines up with the loop Velcro on the bottom of the harness, just like that. So you can center it exactly where you want it to be. The next step is taking what we call one wrap Velcro. That is Velcro that has both hook and loop on each side of it, unattaching it, and going around the straps like so. So then your top part is connected. The last piece of this is making sure that with this 1-inch piece of MOLLE here that you slide the buckles in to that 1-inch piece of MOLLE. The one thing that I do suggest is make sure that it's sized correctly for your dog before you put any of these accessories on. And slide that one through. So it should look just like that. You're going to connect all 4 buckles. And then your final part is you're going to take what's called a G-hook, which is this right here. And you have G-hook tabs across the top of the Nomad system. You're going to take this G-hook and you're going to attach it to the middle one and the far rear one, like so, on each side. Once you do that, and it's on your dog, you're going to take that and you can literally just pull these nice and snug to your dog's size. So very easy, goes on, covers the chest piece, the breastbone, all of the stomach back to the rib cage and on the side. So if they're running through bush or anything like that, keep them fully protected. The last and final accessory for just the Nomad is the Nomad Swiss seat. The Nomad Swiss seat also comes in the 4 colors of each Nomad. It has 3 1-inch Cobra buckles on it, and it's fully adjustable for your dog. A Swiss seat is particularly made if you are lifting or hoisting your dog or rappelling with your dog. It goes around the bottom of the legs because dogs being a tube, the chest is protected this way, but you don't want their body to slide out this way. So the Swiss seat protects that if you are lifting. It also keeps the dog very even when you are lifting them. If you don't lift it with a Nomad or with the Swiss seat, you'll see that your dog will cant this way. And with the Swiss seat, because it's holding the rear end, it will actually bring your dog up evenly. So to attach the Swiss seat, it's very simple. You're going to take off the front Cobra buckle. You'll see that this one is not adjustable. This will slide through this V-ring. If you try to put it through straight, it will not go through. You have to actually fold that and slide it through sideways. You connect that. You're going to go and open up each one of these Cobra buckles. Again, make sure it's adjusted first. Go in between their legs and back up and connect the Cobra buckles. Boom, the Swiss seat is ready to go. Make sure if you have a male dog that's intact that you keep on the outside of the twig and berries. Also with a female dog, you want to make sure that you're not going down the middle. Okay, you have to make sure you're keeping it safe and that they're comfortable when they're being lifted or they're not going to want to be lifted. So that Swiss seat attaches very easily. The great thing is it unattaches just as easily. You just fold it, slide it back through, and the nice thing is it's real easy to keep in a pouch or in your bag or anything like that. So if you need it, you got it. If you don't, it's real easy to pack away. The last part about putting the Nomad together is that we have a lot of modular accessories that we've made for other harnesses in the past that also fit on this that I want to make sure that I highlight. One of them being the 3 G-hook backpack panels. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the G-hooks, and like I said before, there's G-hooks on the top. You attach the G-hooks to 1, 2, and 3 on each side. This is fully adjustable for your dog underneath. Attach it all 3 on each side, so 6 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you have a great backpack system that you can put their water bowls, food, anything like that if you're going camping and you need them to carry some water or their own extra stuff. And the great part about it is if you want to just use the Nomad then normal, you can pop those bad boys off pretty quick. And boom, store this where you want it. They're back running around and they don't have backpacks on them all the time. So you can actually make this completely modular to what your needs are for the harness. There's multiple adjustment points on the Nomad harness, and you want to make sure that you're fitting your dog and your dog's body type. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 adjustments on the Nomad. You want to make sure that your chest piece is tight, but not too tight to where it's going into the shoulders over here. You want to make sure that when You have the cover buckles clipped. This is way too loose. I wanted to show you how loose it was. You know, so you want to make sure that you're adjusting that size so it's nice and snug to the dog, but that it's not pulling the harness. And you want to make sure that all 4 buckles are evenly spaced so that it's not drifting the harness on one side or the other. Because his chest is a little bit bigger, I'm going to back this off a little bit. Okay, once that's backed off, I'm going to take this bottom strap and I'm going to tighten this up a little bit because it was a little bit, when I looked at it straight, it kind of was cockeyed a little bit, so I want to make sure that it's flat. So I'm going to give that adjustment, and I'm going to adjust these bottom buckles for the size of his rib cage. All right. Once you got it fully adjusted, it's pretty simple. I will make him stand up. Slide it over his head. Make sure if you have a collar or anything like that, you get that out of the way. And then up, up. You want to pull that chest piece through. You want to grab the buckles, attach one side, and then pull through, attach the other. Still get that fingers under there, but it's nice and snug where it should be. Now we can see on the chest, it's not kind of pulling. It's really nice and snug. You can see a nice curve right here on the shoulder blades, and this is out of the way of the elbow, and that's exactly how it should fit on your dog.